Okay, so this is the October meeting of the Solid Waste Recycling Committee. Commission is 7:01, and everybody in attendance, just state your name so that Josephine is here by remote, and she's recording the meeting. Hugh Dolan, the chairman.
John Cattell, Assistant Director of Public Works.
Mike Pasowitz.
Tim Besler.
Joseph Pagnosi. John Mazzaro.
John's a visitor. So we have a quorum, and Misty might be coming a little later.
She said she was, yeah.
Okay. So we start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if we can remember our servicemen and women that are serving our country. Okay. So the first order of business is the minutes of the last meeting. Any comments on the minutes? You got a copy of it?
I got a copy of it.
Okay.
Were they
Mike, you've got it.
12th?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see the,
September's meeting.
yeah, I didn't see
Yeah, I read
that.
it quickly.
I saw the, June's, the last ones that was on the posted up, but that's fine.
Josephine, September's were posted, right?
Well, you mean September 12th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on.
I didn't put them up in draft because I was waiting until they get approved.
Okay.
Is that okay? Or
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Josephine, what is the password for the Wi-Fi here?
It's happy.
it's happy?
375 with an exclamation point.
Happy 375.
375 explanation.
We don't want.
Oh,
Exclamation.
that's right. Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, any comments on the minutes of last month's meeting? The chair entertain a motion? Anybody want to make a motion to approve?
I motion to approve.
Mike?
I'll second.
And seconded by Tim. All those in favor?
Abstain.
Aye. With one abstention. You weren't here, right? Okay.
I can still read it.
Yeah.
So
we
is that
know
Mike?
it.
Sorry.
Mike made a
which
motion, Tim approved it, and we passed it.
Mike? Which Mike?
Pasowitz.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, second order of business, update from John. What do you have for us, my friend?
All right, so we've been busy. We started a new traffic pattern at the transfer station so that there's, traffic patterns the commercial haulers are separated a little better from the regular non-haulers, and the non-haulers are in a single direction instead of where they were going back.
Non-haulers meeting residents?
Residents and.
And this is, John has a schematic here, it's labeled Fairfield Transfer Station, new traffic pattern. So this is the
Entrance,
weigh
yeah.
scale. And they go right past the weigh scale, both of them, and right up that hill, instead of going down that roadway.
Haulers will go down the way they normally do.
Oh, haulers go this way, okay, sorry, I'm sorry.
And we've opened up that new access,
This is gone, right?
that's still there, but it's just.
I mean, not used, okay.
It's also posted on our site, so.
I was there today, so I experienced it.
What do you think?
Wonderful.
Smoother, right?
Wonderful.
Less smoother.
You opened it?
Yeah, we finally opened up the.
I've been in the hospital. All right.
John and Lisa were there to greet me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
That's nice.
It's a good flow, right? Isn't it a good flow?
It's nice to work, it's easier than keeping everybody separate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, so far, a lot of people seem to like it, that had comments on it, and, a little bit of direction kind of helps. Second item is another thing.
Let me ask you a question.
Hang on a second.
if non-haulers, residents, town residents have to go on the scale,
No, they don't have to go on.
They
don't-
don't,
they
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 don't.
go on the right side.
even if they have a truck, even if they're coming in with a truck or heavy,
If
heavy
they
load?
have, they could, it all depends on how much they have. If you have a
Yeah, I know,
pickup truck,
if they have over 100 pounds,
then you start going
then
on
they
the
do the
scale.
same as the.
A lot of times they'll come up and this scale where we'll look at it, and they're pretty good judges of weight.
I've been there with a couple hundred
And
pounds.
they'll say,
Yeah.
you know, it's $12.
So they'll go by the haulers.
And the person says, well, I don't think I have that much, then, okay, get on the
Go to the
scale.
scale.
And generally, you know, maybe more, but they're pretty good at
Yeah, I
having an
know.
idea
I've
of what the
been through
weights
that.
are.
So one of the critical things is that the non-haulers, which is us, residents, right? Everybody's going up to the top, even if all you're there is for is recycling. You're still going up to the top, coming
Right.
around, and then you go through the recycle area.
Well,
Right?
yes, and right now, the recycling is still located on the bottom, single stream,
Right.
but all the other recycling is up on top.
Oh,
Cardboard is up on top.
oh, so this cardboard is now up here?
No, that cardboard's an extra cardboard.
Oh.
So we have, as you go up the ramp, and you have cardboard container, then you have our glass container, so that was moved up from the bottom. You have a closed, bins, so we got rid of the trailer that was at the bottom and put a couple of bins on top. Then we also have the food waste, which I'll get into next. Then at the very top is, right now, it's still this metal that's in your first, trailer, but eventually that'll be the single stream.
That's in here.
Yes, that'll be
Okay.
a single stream open, trailer. And then metal will be up there and bulky will be up there.
What about electronics and?
Electronics are still in the same place.
Still a little bit
So
sloppy.
you
It's
get
over
that,
here,
you
right?
come
It's
down.
over here.
That's kind of sloppy, there's nothing, I know, they just dump it, like, but that's all right, I mean, it works.
They take it in. And then what we did is we left an extra cardboard container on the bottom, so if people have boxes where they have all their electronics, and there's something in the box, and
Has this happened on a Saturday yet? Did you do this on a
This
Saturday?
started on, this flow started today.
So on a Saturday, is that gonna cause traffic for people who wanna stop over here?
There's a lot of places, space to pull over.
Okay.
Eventually, when we're, you know, it's a work in progress. We
Yeah.
have things coned as far as maintaining the separation also. We know how much we need to adjust it.
I mean, that could be the jam, is on a Saturday.
But there's enough room to go by it.
Okay,
And what we'll eventually do is actually put some striping in there for parking spots and kind of train people to, you pull up, you back in, towards the recycling, back in towards the glass, or you're back into the other spots. Right now, it wasn't that busy, and people just kind of seem to pull up along the side of it and then get out and do it.
okay.
But, it's on our, website for the transfer station.
Oh, okay, good.
So you can find it there.
Are you gonna have a post where so people know where the plastic, the cardboard,
Well, there's signage, additional signage has to come out, but
Okay.
it's pretty self-evident there.
Okay.
So I don't, you know, once you go through once, you.
Gentlemen, any other questions on the, traffic pattern? Cool. Do you have an extra one of these?
You can have that.
You guys all took copies. You want a copy of that?
It's, like I say, it's posted on our website.
Yep.
So you can go onto the website.
Okay.
Second thing is, we started the food waste drop-off, and that's up on the top corner there. We got 6 32-gallon brown carts with the biodegradable bag in them. So we've already just started today. I think we have about 4 or 5 people already started dumping stuff in there. So we'll see, you know, how that starts to go out. I know the sustainability group has been passing out a lot of these kits to some people who've signed up already, and others have been signing up at some of the farmers markets and food truck fairs and things. So Becky Bennell has been working with that from the sustainability committee. So it's a pilot program. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But it pulls some of the weight out, and you know, we'll get an idea.
John, when was that first put up? Last week?
That started today.
Oh, today? So,
to that.
have you looked at it, people dumping containers with food?
We just started today, about 4 or 5 people
Okay.
did it, and they had them in the biodegradable bags.
Okay.
And I think some people have been holding on to it for a week.
And paper is biodegradable, right? Without print on it?
You're supposed to use,
Recycle.
Cleanliness is the key with that,
key-
correct?
yeah, so
Like, you
that,
gotta be,
it needs to be able to break down. So
I
there's,
know, so.
that's the thing.
there's, I'll pass this around to you as to what you're able to put into it all. You're not, it's not like a,
Yeah.
recycling paper or something like that aspect of it. Let me get my little,
So how's the assessment going, who's going to do the assessment, and how it works, and how functional it is, and how successful it is?
well, I guess I will.
Okay.
We'll find out, we'll find out, we'll find out. If it's
And
being
I'll
used,
let you know.
if it's being used, we'll find out.
So, yeah, I mean, it's, you start out with 6 containers, if they're getting filled before the week's over, then, we're doing pretty good, and we'll have to get more.
Yeah, 'cause 32 gallons isn't that.
So, some of the reason why the 32 is because they, I think, pick them up and empty them into another can and
Okay,
bag of it,
all right.
So
It's easy to-
it has to
easy
be
to
in a certain way.
It's heavy, food waste.
Oh,
Food
yeah.
is very heavy.
There's a lot of water in it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
these
Manually pick those up? No.
8.34 pounds
Yeah,
per
but
gallon.
it's still heavy.
Into a
Machines
water.
only take a limit.
So some of the things that are acceptable in it is your fruit scraps and peels, your vegetable scraps, your coffee grounds in there, you can put the filters in also. Your tea bags, they ask that you remove the staples. Eggshells, nuts, meat, poultry, including the bones, dairy products, fish scraps, including shellfish and bones, bread, pasta, grains. We ask that there's no liquid or none of the packaging. That's when you buy, if you buy some meat.
And that's listed,
That's on this
It's on the
is posted
website.
also,
It's on the website.
it's on the newsletter, we'll have some more signage with that.
Okay.
And who's the contractor? Who's beginning?
It's curbside
Curbside,
compost.
Nick.
Nick from Curbside Compost
Hey,
Install.
there you go.
So it's, like I say, it's technically it's a pilot program, but I got a feeling it's one of those things that, once it starts, it's gonna keep it going, so.
Can I ask you one more other thing? It's being funded by the NIPS?
So the funding on this, I just happen to have some of it. There was a Lee Sawyer grant that I think you guys might have remembered. We were looking at this big compost machine
Yeah.
that we were looking at doing that Norwalk, I think it was, started it.
Yeah.
So we had the grant from this Lee Sawyer grant with the write-up and application that we were going to buy this, potentially buy this composter. We were also looking at a deep grant to supplement that. And when we got into the nitty-gritty of it, it didn't seem practical for us to do that. But we want to at least do some type of food waste drop-off, so we contacted the grant funder and said we'd like to change our operation to a food drop-off. And they said, okay, we received a $7,125 check that was going to, for this food composting, and it was only for the startup that this will fund. So some of that's been funded through that. The mini alcohol bottle funds, we bought the 6-gallon pails at just under $3,000.
That's a state reimbursement fund.
That's,
NIPS.
yes.
Okay.
That's a continuous thing every 6 months. We had about $15,000 on our first amount. So we used that to buy 279 6-gallon transport pails. So you have your countertop and your plastic bag, your compostable bag in your countertop, and when that gets filled, you take it out to your 6-gallon transport thing, and that gets carried down to the transfer station, and you dump it into the 32-gallon container. So those were bought from the NIPS, mini alcohol funds. And currently, the actual operating costs of having it picked up taking out of our operating account, since we'd be paying for that amount in our normal operating tip fee if it was going into the garbage.
To be paid on the truck.
So you're paying it just a different way to do it.
So the, I know you're not supposed to call them NIPS, but,
Mini alcohol.
okay, mini alcohol, whatever. That was 15,000, that was all?
That was the first check that they received.
That's every 6 months we'll get
Yeah.
something, yeah.
And,
But it varies.
and
Yeah,
there, yeah,
sure.
and couldn't that help support the program?
Yeah, it can help it, but, like I say, it's, to get the program off and running, I mean, once you get it going, those funds will probably be earmarked for other things down the line, other improvements around the transfer station, and different programs. But for now, to get through the pilot program.
Okay, so I'm asking for the messaging, because if the people realize it's a pilot program, they're paying for it, but there might be fees attached to this later on to sustain the program. That's all I'm asking.
We'll see how well it goes.
Yep.
I mean, there's gonna be analysis to what the cost of that is, to how much we're getting rid of versus how much we're getting rid of, having to pay to dispose of it, through the normal MSW. I mean, that's what the whole idea of the pilot is.
Right, you're
Get
trying to
some
reduce the
numbers,
cost
get-
over there.
Find some interest, see what interest is there in it, see what the numbers work out, and then make adjustments afterwards.
Thanks.
So that's our food waste. And, like I said, first day, about 4 or 5 people already dropped
Good.
us off, so.
Any other questions on the food waste program?
Do you have like, is you have it getting picked up too, or people just bring it and drops it off?
We're just getting stuff that.
Whatever, you have to bring it down there yourself.
You bring it
Yeah.
down yourself.
But you supplied the little bins, you said?
They supplied us a few to first 250 or so.
Okay. Who got the, you just get,
They
how
signed
do you
up,
get one?
they signed up for it.
oh,
Anybody
you,
can sign up
anyone
for
can
it.
sign up for it?
They were signing up for it at the different,
Fair.
fairs.
Oh, okay, 'cause, all right.
For people figuring those.
That's what I mean, I know customers that would have asked me, so I just figured
Yeah.
I could show them the right direction.
Yeah.
And after the 250, then there's, I know.
Yeah, first you feel if
information.
it's profitable or whatever.
There's information
then-
as to how to
Yeah.
get them.
But
Do
there
you,
is
do you
curbside
know,
pickup.
do you know how,
Yeah, I know, there's a company that does it, yeah, no, yeah.
do you know how many of these kits have been picked up so far?
I don't have that report.
Yeah, I know, I went down and helped Becky and her husband put them together that first day, and while we were down there on a Saturday, like 4 or 5 people stopped by and got them immediately. But be interested to know how many, they're
Yeah,
not,
well-
the first 250 are not gone yet, though, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, it's been about 110, I think.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
pretty good then,
You
yeah,
got at least half of them almost.
yeah.
But it wasn't, it was gonna be to get people who were at these markets, who are generally
Yeah.
in that train of thought, not just, okay, I'm gonna have to go out there and there's somebody's giving something free away, I'm
Yeah,
taking
this
it.
is,
And
this
I think-
requires a discipline.
Well, you had to sign up, you had to give your phone number and email
Right.
and all that, I mean, so it wasn't.
If it's not done right, it's pointless.
Yeah,
It goes
exactly.
in the garbage.
So that's
Oh,
what
well,
that-
speaking of Becky, there she is, hi. We're just talking about food waste.
So, moving on to the next item, there's no other questions with that. Third thing that, we're rolling out, and I can rip off and pass some of these around to you. These are enforcement stickers that we're going to be rolling out.
Thank you.
Right.
These are enforcement stickers that we'll be rolling out. This also, if you look into Brenda's newsletters, we had a little write-up on that.
Yep, saw that.
It's something that I'll probably have Lisa, once I get another part-timer down at the transfer station, to free her up a little bit, where I may have her in the morning or so go out for an hour or so at the different locations and just do some spot checks and start putting it in to see how people comply. And they'll be dated, and the process is you put it over the lid, and stick it to the bottom, so the container's kind of stuck closed. And the cart would be turned around 180 degrees, so it's facing away from the normal pickup process, so that the haulers will know that, the cart's not in the proper orientation to be picked up. If you have a lifter there, well, that's automatic. When they see the sticker on it, they'll know that it's non-conforming load and not to dump it into it. So that kind of also helps the haulers, so that it's not, they can blame me, saying that, you're not conforming to the recycling. The town's telling us not to pick this one up because it didn't conform. And the homeowner, all they need to do is there's marked off as why the issues are there, to pull out the issue, the contamination, and remove the sticker as best they can, and then put it out the following pickup.
So this is gonna be placed by Lisa or her?
Assistant.
Initially, it'll
One or the other.
Initially, it'd be started out with Lisa.
Okay.
We'll see how,
Yeah.
I want Lisa to just do the starting so we can flush out any issues, complaints and stuff. And the calls actually go to the transfer station, Scale House, where she can then turn around and answer what the issues were.
The 3163 number goes to her, okay.
That's our transfer
Yep,
station, Scale
okay.
House.
Can I ask you something? How are you rolling this out to the haulers? Are you just emailing them?
We're putting them on, so I'll send an email out to the haulers.
How they know about it.
But this has been talked about and discussed with.
What was that? What was the
I
question?
was just wondering how it was rolled out to the haulers.
I heard of it.
What is the question? I didn't hear you.
How am I gonna inform the haulers?
Okay.
To, when they see this, not to pick it up?
Okay,
So I'll send out.
so they'll know, okay.
I'll send out a letter to all the haulers with the program.
This is gonna start soon.
It'll start soon.
Okay, so you guys are gonna be notified.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll send a normal letter out, like
Yep.
email blast or something to them.
How about the residents?
The residents, we put in Brenda's newsletter to get it out there. That's probably one of the best publications that are out there to get as many as possible. And it's, someone reads it, they have a question, in the beginning, we'll get bombarded with phone calls, and that's our way to start educating people.
Well, as I said today, when we saw the newsletter on Friday, the first thing Laura asked me is, well, when's this gonna start and how's it gonna affect us? And blah, blah. I said, well, I'll learn about it Monday and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I think it was good it got out and people are now gonna see,
Start
something's up now. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's good stuff.
So,
So are you okay if I put it in?
Excuse me, can you identify yourself, please?
This is Becky Bunnell, resident of Fairfield, Connecticut,
Are you a member of what commission?
St. Noble Fairfield Task Force.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to know, would it be okay if we put this in our newsletter, into local neighborhood districts as well?
that's fine.
Okay.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the word out. I'm just trying to see, there's no other questions about
I
that.
mean, my customers I'm supposed to just leave their garbage there? I mean,
This isn't garbage, this is
I
recycling.
understand, but when they call me,
Well,
I gotta go back out and get it.
unless you wanna open it up, we're basically saying there's contamination in there.
No, I'm not
So
saying I'm gonna dump it in the recycling, that's for sure.
if you're willing to pull out the bad stuff and leave it with them and put it in your truck, I just don't want it down my transfer station.
So,
No,
John,
that's
for example, hang on one
I'm-
second. If he goes and sees this and sees that there's an electronic piece in there, takes it out, and he
Yeah, if he
thinks,
wants to dump it, then that's fine.
then everything else is okay. You understand?
I understand that, what I'm saying is that when my guys leave it behind, then I gotta send another truck out later to go pick it up.
You're gonna get a call.
Yeah, I'm
Or
gonna
the-
get a call,
or the
I mean,
next
you're
week.
making work for me, gas is $7 a gallon, you know what I
Tell
mean?
them to call John.
Well,
John said, tell them to call John.
That's all I'm
This
trying
is
to
tough.
say, I'm not
It's
trying to say I
difficult
don't wanna
it's difficult to
conform.
monitor and police.
You know what I mean?
What I like, I heard it correctly, what I like is the fact that rather than call you, they're gonna call him.
Yeah, they're gonna call me too and say, John,
Well,
you're gonna pick it up for me, you're gonna send the truck out and come get it after I fix it?
Yeah.
Or you can say.
Which I'm gonna have to do.
or they wait till next week.
I was just gonna say,
No, I don't
they
do
have,
that to my customers.
Well,
That's not the kind of guy I am.
if they have.
I'm just telling you my concern about it.
We understand, we
Trying to-
appreciate it. If they have a few items, I guess your driver will have the discretion to
Yeah.
take out those few items, leave them with the customer and.
I mean, that's what I'd rather have my guy do than leave everything, because, you know, I'm just gonna have
Right.
to send trucks back to go pick stuff up.
All we're saying is, he doesn't wanna see his truck come there with all the junk in it that they've already
I
notified.
understand that, and the stickers do work. I mean, I put them on all my new carts, I put them on all the college kids
Right.
ones. I mean, the college kids are, but it's better, you know what I mean, before. So, but, all right, that's all.
Good.
So I don't understand this. A lot of this stuff does not go into the transfer station. Where is it going to go?
What does it
That's
mean?
solid waste generally,
Okay, just solid waste.
MSW.
Okay.
That's the problem. People are throwing MSW
I
into
know.
the recycling. Or they're throwing food, or wet liquids into.
I think that should be made clear.
into the recycling.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then what happens is, instead of having just one little thing, now their whole load.
And they have to, and then it's the responsibility of the haulers to change, to take it out and all that. The
Yeah.
homeowners aren't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, the
hauler,
responsibility should be on the homeowner.
the homeowner needs to
Well,
say,
it needs
I'm
to
not
be.
putting it in there,
Yeah,
I'm putting it
right.
in my garbage.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I mean,
Okay.
and, you know, it's.
They have a
he has
container that
hauler.
could go in, with the exception of electronics,
Right.
some things on here can't go in any of their containers,
Right,
right?
I mean,
But they do have a container that most of the stuff could go into.
yeah, that's fine.
I mean, if he has a hauler says, well, I don't want them to have to wait another week to pick it up, because that's what I would say.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you put out a bad load.
Right.
Either you bring it down yourself to the transfer station now when you clean it up, or wait till next week.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's.
I mean, that's, now, if he's saying, oh, I don't want my, my customer to be, upset for anything, I'll go, and I don't want this to occur, well, you're gonna clean it out then before you dump what is good to go into your truck. And now what are you gonna do with the bad stuff? Are you gonna leave it on their grass in the front yard? Or are you gonna put it back in the can and leave it in the can, and it's just gonna sit there for the
Well,
following week?
we're hoping the education takes over, so
Well,
we're
the
hoping.
haulers educating
that won't
the
last long.
customers about that. Are they sending out,
yes,
I did
some
$1,000
are.
mailer.
Yeah, he
every
did,
week.
he did.
Yeah,
I didn't get it from
I don't
Big Little.
I mean, we went through this whole thing of putting out what you're supposed to be
Right,
putting into
exactly,
it.
yeah,
You know, so now it's like,
And the homeowners
It's
been
not like
hearing
we're-
this for
we're-
months, they've
yeah.
been hearing this for months.
I know Brad put the same thing that I put out, he's got whole stickers he hangs on your door and all, he does a lot more than even I do.
That's good.
So, I mean, I put all those, I put a mailer in.
Yep.
I did it in full color so everybody would keep it, it's on my website.
You did, but a lot of haulers have not put the stickers on it, yes.
I mean, I'm just telling you,
some,
I
some
did.
put it on
I'm
when they
not trying to
have
comply to all the rules, I'm just,
Okay, what else?
Okay.
Missy, did you wanna say something?
No, just that, we know as a fact that a lot of the haulers have not, been, but whatever.
Yes?
I was gonna say the same thing, we're doing these recycling presentations, and we've been talking to a lot of people, and we're hearing that a lot of the haulers have not done as great of a job as you have, clearly.
Okay,
So I think, the only reason I say that is because this may come as a surprise to some of those people who have not gotten their stickers, because they won't have known this.
they'll be calling you. They'll be calling,
Well,
yeah, they'll be
we'll
finding out.
explain why why it wasn't picked up, if that was.
And you guys communicate with each other.
What?
You guys communicate with each other, I mean, you all talk to
all
each other.
haulers?
Yeah.
No.
They're competitors, what do you mean?
I mean, me and Brad are
No,
friends.
they do.
They're friends, but yeah,
They
we
don't have
all,
time.
we're all kosher with each other, but I don't like call them on a daily.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean, you see each other
Oh,
down
yeah,
there,
we see each other.
and would you start seeing these on the stickers, on the boxes?
I mean, the only garbage man I probably would talk with this about would be Brad. I mean, he's the only one I'm close to like that.
Brad
He
is
and him.
what?
Big Little.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me and him are the
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
young
yeah.
guys in the game. All these guys are.
That's
old,
who serves
sir.
our.
Right.
big-
Right. Easy now, easy.
I mean, I'm not that young, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
All
but I
right.
mean, me and him are on the same kind of page.
Hold on,
These
what
older
is he-
guys are different page than me and him are, so, you know what I mean? We're kind of a different generation.
Gotcha.
Thank you for doing it.
Thanks for doing this.
All right,
Okay,
next
next
item.
item.
Just want to give you an update on where our glass, what we're doing right now. So to date, from when we first started back in March,
This is glass?
the glass recycling program that we did, we've pulled out a total of 27.4 tons. This past starting with this current fiscal year, which is July 1st to date, we've done 11.62 tons. So right now, it's about every 6 weeks, maybe, we have a full load, which might be about 5 to 6 tons. So that's, every bit's a savings when you pull it out.
Yeah.
Any questions with glass?
Does that produce a cost or a benefit?
That's a savings to us.
We don't have to dump it, we don't dump it anymore, it's going to the glass recycling.
Because that is.
There's no market for glass, I mean,
Tremendous.
No, it is going
Are
to,
you
them.
getting reimbursed, you're getting,
No.
No.
town's not getting it?
Well,
Just
it's
savings.
The cost is that we're not dumping it
Combined with
at the,
concrete.
Yeah, I know that, but I thought there would be,
This currently saves us a tip fee and a hauling fee.
right, I know that, yeah.
So, right now, this has been a pilot program that's been going
Okay.
on also.
I had a question.
Missy.
Well, I was just wondering about the possibility of the satellite pickups being part of this discussion long-term, maybe not right now while we're doing the pilot, but.
My concerns from what I've heard is when you have the satellites, that there's no enforcement or watching it and it gets contaminated.
Mhm.
And then you have the whole,
So what are we talking about satellite? You mean at schools or at the shopping centers?
Yeah, additional sites for
I'm
pickups.
sorry?
Additional sites for pickups, yeah.
Where?
Well, I don't think the schools have enough space in their.
No, they have no security for
But
it.
there's a lot of churches that have large parking lots. There's some additional parking, that the town has in different areas that might be, I'm asking the question, because I think the glass pickup, we're just trying to figure out ways to get the community down to the transfer station to make it more attractive for them. Because I think
Well, having a local site isn't gonna get them down to the transfer station.
No,
it's just to facilitate this.
I mean, we don't want glass garbage at churches or schools or shopping centers.
I think
It's a
Missy's
problem.
point is, she lives in Greenfield Hill, I live 6 miles from the transfer station. If there was a place more local, more people would go rather than hauling all the way down from that part of town. But I do recall that, John, you got your people occasionally go in, and there's always some idiot that throws a plastic bottle in there. They're monitoring the glass hauler, the glass container, so it doesn't get contaminated. If it's somewhere remote,
Who's gonna
who
monitor
knows
it?
who's gonna throw what in there?
And there's gonna be people picking through it, and the
Well-
schools have security
Well,
issues.
if they pick her, they're gonna cut their hands, I'll tell you that.
Go to mobile, you'll see it picking all the time.
If there's a
Okay.
nickel, they're gonna pick it.
But John answered,
Please.
John answered the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's up next?
that's mainly it. Transfer station, everything's running okay now, so.
Perfect. Any other questions for John?
Well, I'd just like to thank him for the
Yeah.
amazing work you've done with the traffic pattern and cleaning that place up with the pavement.
Transfer station is nice.
It really
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
Thank you. Still a work in progress.
No, there you
Next item is new business. Any correspondence?
Well, no.
Okay, nothing or nothing? Motion for adjournment?
Make a motion.
Okay,
Second,
all those in favor?
aye.
All right.
Okay,
Pretty
thank you.
quick.
This meeting?
That's it? Wow.
George, thank you very much.